provides a space for motivated and passionate people from insurance sectors across the globe. We do that by bringing together selected multi-stakeholder country teams in a 1-year-long process with the aim of increasing resilience of the most vulnerable populations in their countries and make them more resilient against economic and climate risks.
Our aim is to support the participants to work together and learn from each other, but the outcomes are completely country-driven. The lab follows an innovation and design process through a customer-centric approach.
So the lab process not only offers space for stakeholders from within a market to have interactions, but also allows counterparts to have exchanges across markets. This peer exchange, together with a customer-centric approach, creates a richness of perspectives in which innovative ideas take shape.
The lab was a unique experience for Albania. It was the first time sitting together and discussing on inclusive insurance.
And with the likes of the Innovation Lab, the Bima Lab, for instance, in Kenya, the Bima Box in Kenya, it kind of gotten the country moving.
There's been a lot of shift to the lab, ensuring that us and the regulator, we're on the same side of the table, looking at the opportunity that's ahead of us.
We learned to be customer-centric. In Morocco, in the regulatory insurance supervisor, if the first time we're going in the field and trying to know what people and the final consumers are really thinking.
As the outcome of the lab, we see each other as partners, not competitors anymore.
So far we've seen over 1 million new policies being sold in the country for the people that did not have coverage before.
We came out with a couple of ideas to do the micro and small business clinics. We were very fortunate to have some funding to pilot that one immediately after the lab.
The principal result of our work in the lab was the campaign Better with Insurance. Now we have a strong sector or ecosystem, a more strong sector with the regulator and the companies.
If there was another chance, I would do it again.
Our prototype is a product meant to assist women farmers who are struggling with weather patterns in Zimbabwe. In some cases, or in most cases, there is drought and they fail to recover from the previous season if there is a loss.
I'm a farmer myself, so what has been happening on the ground is that in the country in the past couple of years we've been having either too much rain or very little rain, and the farmers are losing their incomes. They're losing incomes when they plant, to the extent that they will fail to go back to the fields, which has created brought in a cycle of poverty.
We are focusing mainly on the farmers and the fishermen. So they are producing our food security. So without them, then there will be a shortage of food, which we have to import from the outside. So we designed that project in order to bring some relief and provide some assistance to them when they are affected by some climate-related event, because presently there is nothing in place that would help them.
Our prototype is in a fund, and we will pay out when there is climate change activity.
So this was a perfect opportunity for us to be involved in that space, and to be a player in the insurance sector. Typically, we are beneficiary of their services, but to have the opportunity to actually develop something that is comparable has been a great opportunity, not just for me, but for the institution as well.
So in Zambia, the problem that we're solving for is basically the knowledge gap around insurance. Unfortunately, not a lot of people understand or appreciate insurance, and more specifically insurance linked to climate change or risks associated with the climate. And these people are generally farmers or smallholder farmers. So our prototype looks to address that by giving as much information and simple information and communication that helps these farmers to understand and appreciate insurance as a tool to help them.
So the lab allowed us to come together as regulators, stakeholders from the different farming groups, insurers, insurance brokers, and other intermediaries to come together and work together with a common goal in mind for the people we are trying to serve.
In Costa Rica, there are many initiatives about climate change, but no one of them specifically for the tourist sector.
Yeah, the lab was a great opportunity for us to come together and actually be more vulnerable, right? Because in your job, you already know what to do, you already know how to do it, but here I think we all gave we gave the opportunity of letting the ideas win.
Futurismo is a web app application for hotel owners and hoteliers, hotel managers, that allows them to take a self-assessment and evaluate the level of risk, the vulnerabilities, and understand that risk. They can also learn more about climate change, how it affects their business operation, and they will be able to learn more. Also, they will be able to take action and start getting in contact with other insurance companies.
I think it was really special how the end product was never what we would have imagined at the beginning, right? Because, and coming from an insurance perspective, right, you want to do something technical. And so we wanted to do agro, but it wasn't the best fit for our country. So the big takeaway is trust the process, right?
Before all, there was a huge learning experience for me. And I think that for the team too.
The most valuable thing for me was to have that interview with those persons who are affected by a climate-related event outside there, the vulnerable persons. And it was really fascinating to hear the stories and to hear how they are trying to survive when they are affected by some climatic event.
Taught me how to listen to others, to listen to the small voice.
We are pioneers coming up with an insurance product that is going to change the lives of smallholder farmers.